Hey, I'm Chris Robin, aka at Detroit Beastie, here with Team Riser Fall to talk about some Beasties Boomers on Tuesday, June 7th, also known as Baseball DFS. Stick around, we're going to dig into some projections today, taken right from the Riser Fall site. And if you want to play along at home, just make sure when you get to the website, you use promo code Beastie. You'll get $10 off your first month of premium services, access to the Study Hub, the Stacks tool, all formats, right? And not to mention the premium options in the Discord. Everything leading up to lock. They're doing little premium broadcasts, giving away stuff. So make sure this is where you are as the spring is now in the summer and we're going to get rolling on all this DFS stuff. So I want to talk about my favorite stack of the day, but let me bring in the projections tool. We're going to go through some stuff today a little bit different than normal. Graphics may be involved, the projections will be involved, and we're going to get to it. Let's start the show. Oh, and here we are back at the Team Riser Fall MLB Study Hub navigation page. You're in the driver's seat now, and we can go up like one of 1,000 different ways here. But I want to bring in the projections, as I said, okay? So we're going to go here. Look, MLB, you bring that sucker down. DFS tools, look at all the stuff we got. And we're going to go right to the MLB projections, and we're going to talk this thing out from a stacks point of view and my favorite stack of the night, and that is the Colorado Rockies are playing in San Francisco tonight at 9:45. And when you look at this thing here, you bring it all up. Everybody's available right there. Carlos Rodon, is pitching for San Francisco tonight in comparison to, I believe, German Marquez here. And when you go across the board here, look on FanDuel, Rodon 9.9. You can do DraftKings here. It's all very user friendly. But I want to talk about the San Francisco Giants. I'm so out of sorts because the stack is bringing me major good feeling vibes. Last night we mentioned Cincinnati. It was okay. They scored 7 runs, but it is what it is. When we look at this one, San Francisco continues to be consistent. A solid team on offense, not flashy, but San Francisco is averaging 5.5 runs a game, which is second in the MLB. So let's talk about it. In the number one spot looks to be leading off. I'm almost certain it's going to be Tommy La Stella. So let's punch his name in, and bingo bango, here we are. On FanDuel, at least, when you go down here, his projections around 11.27. And to be fair, I would like to think in the way that FanDuel scores, their scoring format, 11.27 might be kind of a floor for Tommy tonight in that leadoff spot. When you look here, his rating, 39.9, and we go from here. You can use this stuff in unison with the Study Hub, because I'm always talking about tier value and projection value, and Tommy La Stella looking very bright here this evening. Look, $2,800 on FanDuel. On DraftKings, which I can get to here, he's $4,700. He's multi-position eligibility and left-handed bat against a right-handed pitcher in Marquez. Let's check in on Tommy on DraftKings, and I'll give you the same spiel for La Stella over there. As it pops up, you can see here, DK projection tier is a B. His value tier is a C, and it's all well and good. This, as I said, it's a 9:45 start first pitch here. 58 degrees at Oracle Park, I believe it's called, in Frisco, at the Bay, McCovey Cove, all that jazz, and we know that. 58 degrees, and the wind is coming right directly from home plate to dead center, right over the second baseman, 13 miles an hour. So we might see a couple dead on straightaway shot home runs here. In the 2 spot is Yastremski, Michael Yastremski, left-handed bat. Again, if you notice, we're going to stack up left-handed bats against this Colorado German Marquez right-handed pitcher. When you look at Yastremski, look at his projection, 1208, value tier is a C, projection tier is an A. So already we're off on the right track here. And his value, his ownership percentages, it's I don't want to say in the toilet because it seems wrong, but it's low, and you love to see that. So when we look at Tommy La Stella and Mike Yastremski so far, their price tags are cheap enough. We're rolling already. Boom, boom. Tommy Yastremski against, as I said, German Marquez, who has been beaten up. He's not normally German Marquez was better used at Coors Field, if that makes sense. But as it stands now, we know San Francisco's ballpark is kind of spacious, and I'm not saying does that does that lead to German Marquez getting some GB ground balls and keeping some of the stuff in the park? But we shall see. And on DraftKings, when you look at Tommy, same thing across the board. His projection 8.69, excuse me. I think that's a floor, and that's just me. Let's go down the list here, and we're going to talk about Wilmer Flores. You remember this kid? He was crying at second base. That was years ago when the Mets traded him. He was a fan favorite. I typed his name in wrong, and bang, there it is. Wilmer Flores. His projection, or excuse me, I should say his price tag, $3,000 on FanDuel, only $5,400 on DraftKings. And when you look at Wilmer Flores so far, 29 runs scored, 31 ribbies, 6 bombs. He's been walked 16 times. His slugging percentage, about .422. So you love to see that. His projection, once again, a healthy 11.33 here. And again, you're going to say, well, 11.33 is healthy. Well, what about the likes of like superstars like Trout or George Springer, who I mentioned briefly yesterday here? This is just one stack. And again, it's an all-day 15-game slate that locks at 310. Main slate is 12 games at 705. So of 12 games, you have 24 total teams and all those rosters and lineups. So of all the player pool today, I'm talking about 5 guys. So this is what I'm into, and this is what we're doing. His value tier is an absolute A. Let's X that out. Don't know what that's about. Projection tier is a B. So make sure you get Wilmer Flores in your lineup. And again, this game is at 9:40 p.m. Eastern time, and it's late in the morning, early afternoon, whenever you're watching this. So let's be sure to double check the confirmation and all that from here. And when you look at that ownership percentage, about just over 2%. So that's all well and good here. Let's go to the fourth spot in the batting cleanup, and that's no other than Jock Peterson. When you look at him, this kid's been on fire, just hitting bombs and bombs. He's got 13 so far this season, which has led to 30 RBI. He's scored 23 times. Jock Peterson's slugging percentage right now is over 600, 602 slugging percentage. Batting average 271. That's outstanding. When you look at his FanDuel projection here, 12.38, and this is what you love to see. His FanDuel projected tier value is an A, and we go one more over, and the FanDuel value tier is a B. And look at this kid's ownership, 1.6%. Can you say late game hammer tonight more than Jock Peterson when everybody's lines are at the top and they're cashing and they're happy, and then bam, this game comes along, Jock hits a bomb, Yaz is on base, Tommy, lead off something here. So when we look at this, Jock Peterson is in a perfect spot to really get to put our lines over the edge here. On DraftKings, when you look at Tommy, 8.69 projection, fair enough as we go here. 2.2% ownership for Jock Peterson. Oh, geez, I was looking up Tommy La Stella this whole time. Sorry, look at Jock. There he is, Jock Peterson. Look at his ownership, even lower, 1.4%, and his projection is a little higher than I had thought here at 9.4% here. So let's bring this thing home. That was my first 4 batters for Colorado. Let's go to FanDuel back here, and just in case, let's say Tommy La Stella is scratched or Wilmer Flores is scratched in favor of, let's say, Evan Longoria. So Evan Longoria is my 5th option here in the stack. And when you see it here, look at this. FanDuel projection, 99999 across the board. Ownership percentage, only 1.3%. And right now, Evan Longoria, 2.8 on FanDuel, as I said. And then when we get to DraftKings, he's 4.5 on DK. But Evan Longoria, 8 runs, 11 RBI, 5 home runs, and he's been walked 5 times. And again, he hasn't played a full complement of games yet. He hasn't had that full AB kind of movement going here. So when you look at Evan Longoria, his slugging percentage stands out to me, 507. You'll love to see that. So let me bring my face in, and we will get the heck out of here. Here we are. Thanks for being here once again, Chris Robin, aka at Detroit Beastie. I'm just not to throw you for a loop or throw a wrench in the plans here. I'm just trying different stuff almost every day. The results should always be the same, right? We're going to stack up some teams. We're going to enjoy doing it. We're going to look at ownership percentage. We're going to crunch, on Fantasy Cruncher, which Rise or Fall is partnered with. But I kind of want to spend the rest of the season showing different options and different tools, because if you're like me, you can over consume content, or it's never enough, and we're always writing stuff down and we're rolling with it. So, maybe one day a week will be the stacks tool, followed by the study hub, ownership percentages. And I like the idea of going through the projections and letting you see what I'm thinking in real time as I'm talking here. So before I split, make sure you go to the website, like and share this video, leave a comment. We've been getting by well together so far this season. And when you get there, use promo code BEASTIE. You'll get $10 off your first month of premium services. So I will see you tomorrow. Look for my top 4 favorite kind of one-offs or players. That will be out soon here. So I will see you tomorrow on Wednesday, June 8th. Till then, be good, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.